agenda was information architecture. Now on the screen right now I am trying to show you the cycle which is the recommended sequence of the steps basically. It's just recommended, you can have your own choice in that. So the first thing that what you need when you begin developing a Windows 8 application is a great idea or a small idea, because we cannot judge an idea. We do not know which of the ideas will become a very hit idea. So have faith, think some time about deciding on an idea, commit to it and then move forward. The important part over the first step is that you be clear on your idea. Followed by this is architecture and design. This is where information architecture is going to play a very important role. In the second role, after you have figured out what your idea is, now is the time where you have to sit back and think about how your information is going to flow for a user, what all navigations are you going to provide for your application, how many pages are going to be there for your application, which page should discuss which part of information, which information is relevant to show, and how you're going to place the information to get the maximum user attention and helping the user to gain the knowledge. Third step is creative design, where you have to actually design your application, choose your color combination, choose the placement of controls, etc. Over here, you can take help of design template, like I mentioned on the previous slides, aka.ms/unittemplates.com. If you use those templates, it's not mandatory that you do, but if you do use the templates, your development will get a jump start, because then you don't have to waste your time actually fixing the control. You can just download the project, tweak it a little, shape it a little as your imagination, and then you're good to go. Fourth step is development testing and the store readiness. Over here on the fourth step, you can leverage Windows Store App Labs and take all the kind of support that you need. Do not hesitate to write any of the queries that you have, small, big, silly, very important. Leverage Windows 8 Store Labs. We are here. They are there to help you. And then finally, put your application for store certification and boom, you have your application on the store. So basically, yes. So information architecture plays a very important role at the starting. When you are done with the app idea brainstorming. Dictionary defines definition of information article is a bit complex, which is on the screen, which says that it's a specialized skill set that interprets information and expresses distinction between science and systems of science. Well, to say it on a simpler forms, what it means is you have a bulk of information which you want to get across to the user through your apps. Now you have to, basically you cannot put all the information up front, can you? You have to categorize that information, you have to give a structure to that information, you have to give layers to that information, you have to decide which information is important, which information needs to be delivered up front at the start, which information can wait on and go on to the next level of navigation, and you have to decide what is your target audience and which information they can understand quickly. Thinking, brainstorming about all this forms a part of information architecture. So let's take an example. Let's say you have an application which is a travel application or a news application or a cookbook applications. So if you have a news application, how will you want to show that application? Do you want to go ahead and write a headline and the detailed article, everything on the first page, and let user navigate, go on, and then he has to go through all the whole of the article to get to an article he reads? Or do you think it makes more sense that you categorize this whole bulk of news articles into categories such as, relevant categories like business, technology, leadership, politics, etc. And after that you feel like under each of these headings or categories you want to again give categories, or do you want to display the news article? What do you think will be the best way? Well, it is, according to me, I think if you categorize these information properly, you're giving user a fast navigation. You are giving user a feel that he has a lot of content at his disposal. You're actually saving users time by giving a clean and a neat navigation from one category to one headline to one article. So this forms a very important information architecture. What is required of you is to sit back with your idea and decide the information flow for your application and how you're going to place that application for the maximum user benefit. On the screen right now, if you can see, there's a hub page, section page, and a detail page. So this is an app called Burp, which is designed that app beautifully. If you can see a little bit, they have a categorization in terms of restaurants, nightlife, shopping, and beauty. And if you scroll a little bit, there's health, which is the level 1. After that, there's another level, which is the sections. So if you click any of the categories above, you can come down to the sections and then scroll horizontally, horizontal panning, and search for what you're looking for, and then come down to the details. And then under details, you have a lot of cuisines. Like in this case, they have chosen restaurants. Then in restaurants, they've chosen cuisines. And in cuisines, they've chosen Chinese. And the Chinese displays all the restaurants in available data. So this is a good example of how information architecture is at place, how it is built keeping in mind what user is looking for. It is built keeping in mind how to give a better user experience by properly structuring and categorizing their data, and finally lending into the details page, which is what user is looking for. So if you have any of these ideas in your mind, if you are sitting with an app idea right now, for people who have already are developing Windows 8 applications or in the middle of it, still is the time. If you think you need to take some time off to figure out the information architecture, it's cool. For people who will be just starting Windows 8 application probably after this session or later on, you should think about how flow of information and the navigation of information plays a major role in your app development. Now this screen has another sort of information flow, where on the sections page they're giving a drop down menu, which is actually it's the same flow but they're showing it in more detail. You can either follow from hub to section to details page directly. You can go from hub to the sections and then again go to sections, change it if you want, change your choices, and land into the details page. So the flow of information is totally a developer's call, totally an app developer's call, how you want to place the information. But it's a good idea to always keep yourself into the shoes of the user and understand their requirements. So that was about information architecture. Let's see how apps at any size and any screen can be built beautifully. Well, these days it's amazing to see the different form factors which are available in the world. Starting from the phones, well, we'll not talk about the phone actually, starting from the phablet, which is in between phone and a tablet, and then tablet, and then there are laptops and desktops and big screens and the boardroom screens which are very, very big. So many form factors. The curious part is all these form factors are well adapted by people around the world according to their choice of the devices. So these days there are lot many screens. We've never seen so many screens before. These days we have so many screens and people with so many choices that we should keep in mind that we have to cater to all these people who are using different form factors of devices. So your app for Windows 8 or 8.1 will appear, if you take in your mind that there are so many form factors, your app should appear beautiful and well crafted at all sizes. The best part is you should take advantage of the multitasking model which is there on all the screens and form factors. What I mean by this is, I think one of my personal thing is that how Windows 8 and 8.1 collaborates with the hardware which is of highest resolutions available these days and help us do multitasking. Like if there are big form factors, you can go ahead and open up like three applications or 4 applications. You can open at least 2 applications in Windows 8. So all of this is available due to this beautiful mixture of Windows 8.1 and 8 operating system and the hardware devices. So on the screen right now, you can see 3 applications open. And all of these 3 applications allow me to multitask. So there are 2 modern applications running side by side with a fully functional desktop application. We should understand that it's time that we give user the chance to multitask by crafting our applications in a way, keeping in mind that he is going to open our applications in a different mode. Different mode meaning different sizes, not just the full sizes, but split sizes as well. We'll take a deeper look into it in the next slides. So you can open 3 applications. If you have a bigger, if you have a like bigger resolution device, you can open 4 applications. So on this screen, on this slide right now, there are 4 applications, 4 modern applications running with a fully functional desktop. So let's say some of you are in the office and there is some cricket match going on, and you want to like keep a track of the score, as well as you want to see what people are writing about it or what people are saying about it, and you want to say and talk about the match going on Facebook or Twitter, or you want to blog about it. Plus you want to, keep a tab on the team which is playing. Also you would want to keep some work related application open, because what if your boss pops in. So at this moment, I've seen in my office sometimes that if the huge match is going on, or a soccer World Cup is going on, or tennis going on, people are working on one desktop and playing and watching the World Cup on the another desktop. Well, some productivity, I guess. But the point here is, open a lot of applications in one screen. So what goes behind looking at such screen filled with so many applications are well-crafted, neatly made applications which can take the space available on the screen according to the sizes. They can increase or decrease their content, place their content such that even when the applications are resized, they don't appear shabby. They appear clean and very, very user-friendly. Wow, look at this. Big form factor devices with the small form factor devices, which has got 4 applications open at once and 2 applications open at once. So in Windows 8, we had defined 4 states actually: snap view, fill view, full view, and portrait view. This was what was defined in Windows 8. So full view was when your application is taking the full screen of your device. Snap view was when your application was taking 320 pixel of your device. Fill view was just the contrary of snap view. And portrait view was when the height of the device, when you rotated your device, and height of the device is more than the breadth of the device. But in Windows 8.1, we have reduced the, we have like totally forgotten all these naming syndromes, all these name giving to the views or view states, and all how we define the splitting of the application is through the size of the screen. Now, as you can see, the purple part is 500 pixel. So this is the minimum that you should design in your applications if you are making a Windows 8.1 application. Or you can design a larger application, or you can go and design even larger application, or you can go and design even larger application, and the remaining is 320. 320 pixel or the snap view, it is no more mandatory to implement the snap view to get the store certification. So it totally depends on the context of your application and the choice of experience you want to give to the user, and then only you should decide whether you want to implement the snap view or not. But it is absolutely important that we implement a fully functional 500 pixel view of your application, which is actually a 50% view of the screen, a small screen, and in the larger screen it might appear that it's little bit on the right hand side, as in right or the left hand side. So these days, so this is how Windows 8 and 8.1 differ when it comes to sharing the screen or when it comes to using the multitasking model. So actually I cannot emphasize more on the fact that these days multitasking is really very, very powerful, and all we can do or how we can make it possible if we consciously develop our application to support multitasking. If you do that, it'll be easier for people to launch the applications, because let's say you are in mail application, alright, and there is a link or a PDF document which is attached to an email which you just received. If you open the link and it opens into a web browser, Internet Explorer 9 or 10, and it opens. If any one of you who's already working on Windows 8.1, you'd know that as soon as you click on the link or open the PDF, the screen splits into two parts, 500 pixel each, and the other application, that is browser or the PDF reader in our case, opens up into the half or the 500 pixel part of your application, and it is such a beautiful user experience where I don't even have to come out of my mailbox to view what the content which is there in my email, whether it is a link to the next World Cup or it is a PDF document saying or PDF document containing tickets to my home. Whatever the document or the link is, it's beautiful how you click on it and the screen divides into two, and you can view the content right there without coming out of the application or without losing the context of the application you are on. This emphasizes the power of multitasking, where your application is giving chance to user to leverage other applications for a seamless user experience. So it's important that we craft our application such that it supports all window sizes, if not all, few of the basic sizes like 500 pixel. So let's start with saying, what does it take